everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I am back in the good ship Lucky this morning because I'm having a little bit of a struggle bus moment with the bus. Not anything terrible, of course, but I woke up this morning after having spent 3 nights in the bus and being super excited about everything. And I found myself walking around Walmart last night, picking out curtains. Not to make them matchy-match with the bus or anything. Also, my phone needs to get its poop in a groove. But because of the light leaks at the back and whatnot, very easily solved with a new curtain. But I was walking around holding it in my hand, and this like sense of what could be came washing over me, and I don't know that I'm ready to do that. Anyway, long story short, I just need some time for myself with the good ship Lucky to just think about things and do a little bit more stuff that I had originally planned before everything with the bus kicked off, right? So I mentioned in a previous video that I got that new battery charger that I wanted to see if that would sort out my house battery situations when I'm attached to shore power. I've got a generator now, and I've got a tiny home on wheels that very recently saw the car doctor, and I want to see how well she performs. She's been a very well-behaved girl, just sort of sitting beside the bus the last couple of days, and I don't know. It's weird for me to think that it's an emotional thing, but it might very well be at the end of the day. Can't deny that. Bottom line is today, I am hitting the road in the province of Alberta. Gonna get out here, see what I can see, go somewhere to just sort of be with myself, be with my thoughts, and do some stuff that I would do on any given sort of day with my van life. Because I'd put a pin in all of the decision making right now. Don't get me wrong, it is a great problem to have. I'm not complaining about it in that sense, but there's no denying the fact that as a person who overthinks things a lot, it doesn't take much to complicate my mind when it comes to stuff like this. So hopefully this will just help. And even if it doesn't help, it'll be nice to just be in the tiny home on wheels that I have built for myself and gotten exactly where I want it to be over the last 3 years, and not have to worry about the running rampant thoughts and imagination of what could be. We also need gas, and we're already on the highway. Oh, I hope that's enough to get to the first town. Yes, that right there is a shadow of Sonic the Hedgehog. And if you know why that is doubly entertaining, hello, fellow nerd. Hi, Sonic.
Knee-jerk reaction is fight or flight. First sign of color, I run and hide. But you came like rain on a summer night, and I think you're rewiring my mind. I've been taking cover under my skin, but I wanna step outside and take it all in. 'Cause baby, it's like a light storm to be yours. Thunder crash until the sky's torn. You're like a light storm, a light storm. Touching I'm on some kind of high. You're painting scenes on my storyline, so carry me where you like. I'm used to taking cover under my skin, but I wanna step outside and take it all in. 'Cause baby, it's like a light storm wanna be yours, finding freedom in the downpour. You're like a light storm, a light storm.
Oop, just passing through Nanton here. I was going to go to the S.E to get gas, but as you can see, it's currently receiving its delivery of gas. And in my experience, that's a big no-no, especially this time of year. It's not that cold right now, but when they are delivering their gas, they tend to kick a bunch of crap up in the tanks that are underground. And I have heard, and probably experienced actually, there could be a lot of water and gunk in there as well that could end up freezing in your vehicle. I mean, there's no way to know for sure, like how long it's been since a truck has left or whatnot, but you will not catch me filling up whilst there is a delivery truck at a gas station. There's another one up here on the left. And it's 5 cents cheaper, so look at that. It's all working out already. Fortunately, they don't have diesel on these tanks, it doesn't look like. They must have diesel because there's a semi-truck station. So I'm going to have to move when I'm done because I'm probably going to want Lucky's heater a little bit later to make sure it's all systems go still. Hi, girl. You thirsty? Morning, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Diesel on this side?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, you took the full 100, Lucky. You're really thirsty. I doubt that filled you then. Well, obviously it didn't if you took the whole 100. It took all my willpower not to buy that awesome orange knife in there. I don't need any more knives. What I did need is some road snacks because I've got nothing in Lucky right now. Not really. Might be a protein bar back there, which will be in my future, but I got myself a cream cheese and berry flavored Danish and some pretzels. I've got plenty of liquids, water, Rain Energy, Revita tea, but I needed a little bit more sustenance than that. And apparently I gotta move over to the diesel pump, go inside prepay, and come back out and pump. That stinks. I don't know how much. I will just get like $10 of diesel and call it a day. All right, pulling around, there we go. Yep, says diesel right up on the pillar on this side. The other side of the pump where it says diesel up there, it says no entry. Oh, all right, back inside to prepay. Okay, $10 for Lucky. Well, for Lucky's diesel heater. Remove nozzle to fuel diesel number 2. Okay. Oh, you can get DEF here too. That's cool. That's it. That's all I got to do. Okay, I got the nozzle. That is a hefty ass nozzle. Holy crap. Is it even going to fit in the hole? If I had a nickel. It's not working. Do I have to press something? What? Press. There's nothing to press. Oh, wow. That's old school. All right. Here we go. Fueling. Sure we are. Ooh, there you go, Lucky. Just like the big boy trucks. This is a Flying J truck stop. Didn't know that actually. I knew it was a trucker like gas station, but I've never been in the store before. That was not a lot. 5 liters, that'll be more than enough till we get back to Calgary. You can get a shower here if you want. They got the full suite. It makes sense for the truckers. Truckers got to clean. It did not feel like a lot. To be fair, diesel's a little bit more pricey than gas right now. There we go with this. Lock this up. Tally freaking ho. Actually, I don't even know how full did this get, Lucky. Oh. Come on. Really? This is what Danny over at Mickelson's was telling me. Oh, there we go. Gotta jiggle my key in the ignition. He thinks I should go to like a GM dealership and see if they can cut me a key with the VIN. Might be because this is an aftermarket key. But anyways, wake up, Lucky. What do we got? Close enough. Of course. Oh, it feels so good to be back driving Lucky, not even gonna lie. It's only been a few days, but I mean, I did drive her back from the garage, but that's not the same as just like getting out on the highway, driving her, just me and her. Felt so good. There's no denying that feeling. There's also no denying that I'm a little bit of a schmuck. I had a campground in mind out here. I've been here, I camped here once before. It's an absolutely butt crack of a campground, if that makes any sense. It's terrible. But I got some really nice core memories here as well. It's just how those things work sometimes, right? But it is winter technically, so I thought that this might be the case, right? It's blocked off, can't come in. Stay out, we don't want you here. And that's okay. It's not really about the campground itself. There is plenty of space right here, and there ain't nobody around, so I can still do what I want to do, which is basically just, number one, clear my head, which is going very well so far. And number two, do a little bit of work on the good ship Lucky. So I think I'm going to be smart about it. She's been performing absolutely fine. No real concerns, but because she's an older vehicle, and you never know, I think I will turn her around first before I turn her off. That way, on the off chance that, you know, where's some wood? She doesn't start up again. And I need a tow truck to be able to get me out easier than if I stopped it here, and then that would be a little bit of a nightmare. Plus then her side door will be facing the sun for the majority of the time that we're here. It's a little chilly in the shade right now, not gonna lie. All right, let's just Austin Powers this thing. 42-point turn, please. That's a little bit more generous than what Austin was working with. Don't run over your camera. Wouldn't be the first time, I guarantee it. There we go. Pull her back here. Excellent. I can't imagine anybody else can be coming through this gate either, so. There we go. Rest, Lucky, you did great. It's a really pretty drive coming out this way too. Fields upon fields of windmills. Windmills? Windmills? I guess. When I say windmill out loud, I think of like those old Dutch ones. You know, like, yeah, on the bag of chips, sure. But like in the Dutchland, it's not a thing. But, you know, like the wooden ones. These are they windmills? Anyway, so the ones that generate power. Moving right along. So we've got a few things here, including our generator. No matter what happens, this bad boy is staying with me for sure. And you're going to come in handy once we get this installed into Lucky, our new battery charger for her shoreline, which I am now realizing, son of a, is on the other side of Lucky. That's okay, we got a lawn extension cord. We could also just move the generator over. See? Classic overthinker. All right, back in a smaller space. Make sure you move your poop bucket, which I brought in case of emergencies, because even if I did get into the campground, well, I guess there'd be pit toilets, but they'd be very chilly. And I spent 3 years building a nice warm box that I can poop in peace. So had to bring the bucket with us. Obviously, this is an immediate con, right? Being on my knees. And every time I keep giving this thought, right? The pros and cons, the easy ones are very obvious. What am I stepping on? Oh, one of Grace's tow cables. That's one of the cons for big fella. You know, I invested a lot into making the good ship Lucky able to tow Grace O'Malley, my Jeep Wrangler. And the Jeep ain't going anywhere. Why? Because it's awesome. And that's something that big fella cannot do in his current state, right? There's no hitch receiver on him. Yeah, I could have one fabricated and installed. I'm sure it's a Ford frame, right? Like, why not? But that's just more cost, right? And I'm not going to lie, Lucky might only have a 4.8 liter Vortec engine in her, but she goes when you need her to go. You can feel Grace when she's back there, sure, but in the Ford, it's a 5.4 and it's sluggish because the house is larger. So that's one of the things. All right, electrical box. And like I was saying, though, I am on my knees, and there's another one of those obvious things. Way more room in the bus, right? All right, so here we go. Lucky's electrical system, which I am very familiar with. Why? Because I installed it, obviously. Although I'm pretty well versed in this stuff, that wouldn't be a hard thing to figure out on the bus. I was looking at it yesterday, and it's actually pretty basic. The bundles of wires everywhere are far more intimidating than they look far more intimidating than they are. But yeah, so this is actually really simple. Down here, this is the current battery charger that's in Lucky that I'm going to have to remove from her system. And it's plugged in right here to this, what is it? Power strip, power bar, whatever. And then her cables are attached to my batteries. So going to remove her from the batteries first and foremost, and then we'll get that new one open. I have my tools at the back, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to do the majority of this with my Leatherman, which is reason number 2. To have a Leatherman on your hip. Remove your battery terminals. Darn, I have to remove some zip ties. It's quite dark in there. I don't have the lamp from my cousin that I got for Christmas. It's currently in the bus. So we're going to have to rely on the good old BioLight for now. She's still got a charge. Let's put that in there so we can see what we are doing. For those that are wondering, this is the temperature sensor so I can tell what the temperature is in here. It's very cold right now because the diesel heater hasn't been running for a hot minute. All right, now we got light. We got snips. We can go right in there and start removing the zip ties. Come here, you. All right, well, I've removed a bunch of zip ties here, and now I'm realizing I didn't run the charge cables to the battery posts. I wonder if that's part of my problem. It really shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. And this is another place that is so easy to get carried away overthinking things. But it looks like I ran the positive and negative from the battery charger here actually to my positive and negative bus bars. So it's going to be a little bit more work to get it out, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, it's still here. And then yeah, there's the positive one right there, and the negative one over here. Really happy I have my Leatherman now because those bus bars are held on by Phillips head screws. Whew. Okay, and there we go. We got the cover off of both bus bars now. And of course, I knew this before I revealed it, but now we do need to go to the back because I need a socket in order to get these nuts off of the posts so I can free that up. Yeah, here is another example of, I guess, a potential con. Not only do I have to cram everything back here to keep this area warm, right? But majority of my tools and stuff are in this under the bed large drawer that pulls out. But both of those points. Number one, I did this to myself, so nobody to blame. That's fine. Number two, it's just as cold in the back of the bus and actually a lot harder to stop it from being that way because larger space and everything. All right, where are my sockets? These going to be everything I need in here. Should work. If it's a lot of sockets, if it ain't in there, we're really doing something wrong. And again, pro-con with the power systems on the bus. I was poking around with it yesterday. Lucky's all inside. Very nice. I can stay warm if need be, right? Depending on how cold it is. The bus is easier to get at because it's not under the bed, but it is outside. You got to open up those doors. So then you're in the elements, depending on how cold it is, right? Well, no, you're always in the elements. It's just if it's cold, it would be less enjoyable, you know? But easier to work on because you're standing. So there's that to consider. Working on this. Ugh. Let's do it. Okay. And sockets. Show me your secrets. Up here on the counter is way better. Work as smart as you can, not as hard as you can. That's another thing about the bus, right? And I know me. It's completely functional, completely fine right now. So you could just move into it and it would be, that's it. Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. But I would probably start tearing things apart here and there just because I like projects and I like making things my own. And I was saying that to Amber this morning. Lucky is mine. I built Lucky to my exact specifications, what I wanted. She is my brainchild, right? And as functional as the bus is, it's not a RV from the factory. When I think about like an RV from the factory, like if I went down and I got like a Class C, like or whatever, like kind of like what my parents have, it's already like built as a motorhome. That's soulless. I could live in that because it's like so generic, you can make it your own. What I've experienced being in the bus for the last 3 nights is that it's somebody's heart and soul went into it. It's somebody else's build. And for me, it's not a terrible thing, but it's just a little odd because I know what it's like to put your heart and soul into a build now that I've done it on Lucky twice. All right, so let's get this guy off of here. Whoa. Ooh, barely fits on. The post is almost too tall for this short socket. I definitely used a deep socket when I first put this on here. All right, pull that off. And then move to the negative. Okay, got it free. The wire's still a little twisted up here, so I'm actually going to unplug this. This is still the NOCO line, right? Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That'll let go. Remove that, and then pull this wire out. And the charger. Careful, BioLite. Hold on to your butt. There we go. The NOCO Genius is out-ish. Still have to... Thank you. Okay, that's all out. Let's bring actually the bucket back so I have some place to sit. I could flip the swivel seat around, but that's a whole thing right now. So, lead time, 40 amp, LifePo 4 battery charger. No, they did not send this to me. This video is not sponsored in any way. I just really enjoy their products. Their batteries have treated me good so far. And like a fool, I've been trying to charge their batteries with a NOCO. should be fine, I assume in theory. But this is it's a higher charge rate, so it should get stuff done faster. Ooh, it's a little smaller. Well, not much. What do we got here? We got a plug-in. That'll be the one that plugs into the power bar. We got battery terminals. Oh, that has a quick disconnect as well. Well, fancy that. Where's the, hello? Look at that. Perfect. And a little grab handle here to pull it out of the box. Look at that little guy. Needs to be vented because, again, if it's that fast, it probably gets quite hot. And a manual. Cool. All right, well, let's figure out how I'm going to slap this guy in there, and then we'll move right along. All right, well, unless I want to modify these wires, I have to attach this new charger the exact same way that the old charger was attached to the bus bars, because the wires here on this are not long enough to reach the positive and the negative on my banked up batteries here. So back in there with them. All right, got that connected. I'm gonna plug this in, and we will connect this to the back of the new charger block. All right. And this end, I gotta twist ties for days. I'm just gonna do it this way without like running wires and stuff into the box, just to make sure everything works first and foremost. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna connect it. Where did you go? Where are you? There you are. You little bugger. Come here. Hi-ya. Nice, connected. All right, now We need power. Yeah, the entire drive out here, I didn't have the circuit breaker behind Lucky's driver's seat closed, so just the engine bay battery was getting charged. It wasn't charging the house batteries at all. So actually, I'm going to put this a little closer to you. Hold on to that for me, would you? Shore power line hooked into Lucky. There we go. Run this down here. Get this bad boy started before we plug in. Okay. All systems are a go. Nice. Okay. Plug in our shoreline. Lucky should have power now. Back in here. Yes, we do. Oh, and the switch was already flipped. All right, so this is giving me readings already. I thought I'd have to turn this power switch on the back, but nope, yep, it's already in the on position. Took me forever to remember that the O and the I, like the I meant on. I guess it's easier to remember that the O means off, but on also starts with an O, so confusion abound. You can see here, look at that, 39. Oh, it's showing me the temperature. What does this say right here? Oh, amp capacity. Full error just says charging, 14.3 something, 39.7 amps. All right, can I see what this is saying on the Renogy app? Probably not, but it might show how many volts the house batteries are at. 13.9 volts, that's nice and high, that's for sure. It's showing solar right now because the Renogy charge controller, the black box right there with the blue and red light on it, is completely separated from what's happening right now. So the only thing it's going to show me, it's not going to show me watts or anything like that. Well, it's showing me watts from solar, but it's not going to show me anything from that battery charger. So I guess we're just going to leave that on there for a while and see how she do. I mean, it's all systems go right now as far as I'm concerned. And 13.9 volts is nice and high. The thing that I like about this charger so far is that on the NOCO, and this is a good thing as well, that you have the option to switch between just like regular 12 volt, AGM 12 volt, lithium 6 volt, this, that, and the other thing. That's great if that's what you need. But for my system, Lucky's batteries, not only are they the same brand, but they are only LifePo 4 batteries, and that is all that this charger is for. So hopefully this solves my my shoreline charging troubles. Also seems like good enough a place as any to get rid of this. Hashtag Vanlife. You want to know another thing that's just like, I mean, again, it might seem obvious, but until you actually experience, like, till you go from living in a low roof van for 3 years to something as big as the bus, it just makes stuff like cooking so much easier, right? Like every time I want to think about some sort of dish to make in my tiny home on wheels, there's so many times that I get deterred, or I'm not able to do what I want, or simply don't want to do what I really want to do, and I more often than not just do more simplistic meals, and that makes sense, right? And being in the bus the other day, granted I've only made tacos in there, as you all saw at the end of that one video, just the act of doing that was so much simpler, and my brain got running last night, and I was walking around Walmart with the whole curtain debacle, and I was looking at other things like toasters and frying pans and this and that and the other thing. It just gets your mind going. I was going to say your creativity flowing. No, not really. I mean, I guess could be, depending on how much of a chef you want to be, but it's easier to imagine like, oh, my toaster is here at my knees in a cubby, as opposed to, again, coming back here and getting it out of my long drawer. And even then, once I do that, bringing it inside, I'm now back hunched over and crouched and on a bucket and struggling to find like counter space to put said toaster. So more often than not, I just simply don't do that. And all of my cooking stuff, right, like my induction cooktop and my toaster, heck, even my Jetboil stove, none of that is in this living space right now. It's all in the back because I use it so infrequently. You know when I really pull it out is when I'm camping, right? When I have a picnic table or I'm able to set this up. And I can do this wherever. I'm not going to do that in a Walmart parking lot because that's just not the kind of person that I am. You could, I suppose, but don't be that person. Go down to a provincial park. It's simple. But when you live this like van life the way that I live it on the daily in a big city, that's almost more trouble than it's worth. So I do more simplistic meals, hence the air fryer, which is also in the back of the van, because again, limited space up here. But this is like my fort, you know? It's like, yeah, I can complain about all that and compare that when it comes to cooking. I still make it work, you know? That being said, it's fine to be in this space cooking for one person, but if you want to have somebody over, it's immediately more crammed. Right, like I've had Amber in here and we've cooked before, and again, it's cute, we made it work, especially on that Christmas video. Well, actually we cooked outside, we ate inside, fine, but it's crammed, right? And with my little girl, again, she's not getting any smaller, and I've done it on the odd occasion, of course, but it's just, there's no room, right? It's kind of like the guest needs to stay put on the bed, or maybe on the swivel seat, and I'm perched right here in the middle, and I'm kind of bopping back and forth between that counter and this counter, and the old build, the other counters and whatnot, and I'm cooking. If you need to move, too bad, you better wait till I'm done cooking, you know? In the bus, so much more room for those sorts of simplistic activities. This thing's still ticking away. It alternates between amps, volts, and the temperature of the batteries, I'm assuming. Let's turn the heater on. First of all, how much diesel did we get? Oh, we're good. That's more than enough. Let's turn that on. Or not. Hello? There we go. So press it the right way. Stupid Chinese diesel heater. I don't need it on 35 degrees though. Let's bring it down. Let's put it on 20 for now. And it'll give us heat here in the living area, but also there's a vent right down there that will heat up this area. Look at this. That's not so bad. I should make sure that I organize it this way from now on, make it a little easier. So I don't have to go outside to get specific tools. In this case, it could be the socket set that we got, right? But I got the bed open, right? But look, there's the drawer right there. Am I dying? Right there. Hey! Let's make sure that that's tools for what I need under here. Not just a hat rack, my friends. Why the hell didn't I realize that sooner? I can also access some Dixon party shirts. And you know, I keep trying to act all macho and say, oh, it's not about the emotional attachment. Well, that's just, I mean, and it's not. I guess I shouldn't immediately discredit myself by saying I'm trying to act macho regarding it, but I would be lying if I kept saying that there's no emotional attachment. Obviously there is. 3 years, built it from my heart and soul, from the ground up, twice. And she's kept me alive. Well, we've kept each other alive for 3 years. And so, you know, people do get attached to certain material things, especially when you put that much work into them. So I can't deny that that is a thing. However, I'm also not so naive to think that once I go, I get to take it with me. Does that make sense? You know, like this whole crazy whirlwind of a ride that we're on will eventually come to its end. And I just want to make sure I'm making the best decisions for myself. And I mean, it's great to want to always make the best decisions for yourself. How often does that actually happen, right? But no, of course I love my tiny home on wheels. I'm very proud of the home I built for myself. I'm houseless, not homeless. I'll be that way for a while yet. But if it was in my best interest to keep the bus, well, it might be sad for a moment to see Lucky go, because one of them's going. One of them is being sold. That was the intention when the bus was handed off to me, that this was to help me achieve my goals. And there is absolutely 0 point at this stage in my life to keep both. Speaking about wanting to make projects out of things, the bus is a gold mine for me like that. That would be awesome. I wouldn't want to get rid of Lucky because I'm attached to her. If I was in a different position in my life, I would love to keep both. That would be great, but that is so far from realistic right now that it can't even be an option that's on the table. So the bus is getting sold or Lucky is getting sold, and that's just the way it is. And you know what? Credit where credit is due for those that already knew how amazing these little gas-powered suckers are. That's a game changer in and of itself for my day-to-day struggles, right? There come times sometimes when I'm bopping around the city, or I need power. The sun's not out. I don't want to drive Lucky for hours on end to charge up my house batteries to keep me alive. And I've been putting off getting something like that. They're great, and that is a game changer in and of itself, right? So for those that know, they're laughing at me, and that's totally fine. But for myself and anybody else, one of those little suckers is great because I can just go down to Fish Creek Park, plug it in like I'm at a campground with power. That's less wear and tear on Lucky's engine and less worry in the back of my mind. So there's like a fringe benefit no matter what. We have to name you, sir. You kind of looks like Pac-Man. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit. And far more specifically to me, I mean other people as well, and I know this, but I've been talking about it in the past regarding moving back to sticks and bricks, and it goes without saying, bigger space, bigger mess. And it's true. I got a lot of stuff. I have admitted that. I like things to a fault. I'm trying to do better, of course, but I've already noticed over these last few days, getting into the bus and spending time in there with a certain amount of my things, there's too much, right? Now, I guess too much, depends on how you look at it, right? Let me get this zipped up and let's do a little bit of organizing whilst we're here, shall we? It depends on your definition of too much, and it's all subjective. I do have a little girl, she does have things, she's getting older, and the bus allows me to keep on hand more of her little odds and ends without it cluttering up my day-to-day living space, right? Like she just got a whole bunch of gifts for Christmas, cool little toys that she could have that she would play with on a whim. And I found a spot for them in the bus where they are out of my way day to day, but easy enough to access for those occasions where she might want to play with them while we're in the bus or at a campground or whatever, Whereas in Lucky, space is prime real estate, when it's this small. Yes, I don't need as much stuff as I have, for sure, but it's still such a smaller space that it's hard when you start going through things and you're like, I got a hard egg boiler. Do I need it? Yes, that has to go there. And that is now space that is taken up by that. Whereas if this was in the bus, you could put in one of those cupboards and there's still like 54,000 square feet of room in that one cupboard. Not literally, but you know what I mean. This is a me problem. I just have to work on not having as many things. It is what it is. But the fact that I noticed it already starting to get out of control, and no, I shouldn't say out of control, but I noticed a glimmer of what could potentially happen if I was in the bus full time. It's probably unavoidable. Yikes. Here's a Vanlife highlight for you. Here is my all-purpose interior cleaner from Simon's. I don't know if it's gonna come across on the camera, but where can I do this? It is frozen solid, right? Spend some time in the sun. Thaw out, would you? Interestingly enough though, Goo Gone, not frozen at all. What the hell is in there? Just pure alcohol? Unbelievable. I imagine my other stuff sort of effed as, oh no, this one's, what? Well, what's your friggin' issue? That's so random. What? Nope, even the bottle of Rain-X is still liquid. Again, it hasn't been that cold. I don't know why that is solid ice. Well, it's not solid ice. It's kind of like an all-purpose interior cleaner slushy. No, I'm not going to leave it there. Everybody just calm down. Paint? Paint's good to go. Huh. All right, well, whatever. Moral of the story is don't leave your all-purpose interior cleaner in the back. Aha! See, I knew it. Oh, I did not notice these before, but I knew I had zip ties in the drawer that I couldn't access the other day. Well, now I've got zip ties coming out of my ass. Perfect. Actually, you know what? There, in case I need you on the inside again. Get nice and close to that end. Oh yeah, this isn't lost on me either. This bloody EcoFlow window thing, if you don't know what this is, well, make sure you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on so you never miss a Van Life Plus episode. I would greatly appreciate it. You can also come check us out over on Patreon. They're getting all sorts of daily updates regarding the bus. They've known about this dilemma probably for almost a week. We'd love to have you over there for $1.50 a month. You can support my dumbass and all the nonsense I'm doing over here. You can also hang out and chat with a pretty incredible community. More to the point, I have given lots of thought. I've given some thought, let's reel that back in a little bit, to the Wave 2, the EcoFlow, the air conditioner, right? It's been a chore in the van. And I'm still not a big believer of it, but I have one because there was a whole review deal with EcoFlow back in the day. So I'm fortunate enough to have the unit, and it's nice to utilize that when it's very hot out. Unlike right now. And this goes on the window, and it's supposed to hold the vent hoses and all of that nonsense. It's a pain because, again, Lucky is the way she is, and she's small, and there's not a lot of places to put that giant air conditioner, whereas in the bus it would be very easy to install that sucker and vent the hoses. The bus specifically has all those fans on the sidewall, which I'm not a fan of, but they would come in handy in the summer. This window diaper is obnoxious as all get out, and you're taking up far too much room. Where can I stuff you that's out of the way? Oh, I know, you could live in the Thule. That's where you could live. I don't need daily access to you. I do need access to both of my hands in order to put you up there, though. Do you go any smaller? Just, here. Bundle it up. There you go. Wrap you with your own string and choke you out. Okay. Huh. I still need to get a new pair of boots. I think I'm done putting automotive goop on my shitty Uggs. You can live up there. You can live, yeah, that's perfect, good. Get out of my life-ish. A little hop down there. It's getting easier by the day, but that is a whole other point for those that have been around. They know I had back surgery, a fusion on my L5-S1 lumbar area just over a year ago. And that is a big consideration. I mean, it's not as easy being in this tiny space, as I illustrated in that one video when I stood up to put my pants on in the morning. Very nice, right? But again, how much longer am I going to be in the van full time? All right, everything seems to be working very well with this. I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a break here. I'm just going to turn it off at the back. All right, so it goes silent. Excellent. Let's unplug its cable. I already tested this. This thing fits down right in this space so well. I think at the most I might get a little piece of insulation board and stick it down there just to hold it up a bit. But the fan is fairly clear. I'll have to get in there later, maybe with my vacuum. It's in the bus right now, so there we go. So that's good. So then this cable that goes to the negative and the positive can just, I could get one of those mini zip ties and zip tie it to these wires so it's not interfering with anything. That's probably what I will do. And I just need to run this cable down through there. Pokey, pokey, pokey. Grab it on this side. Hello. There we go. Run it through. And we have effectively replaced our Shoreline battery charger. Booyah. There. Plugged in. Put that down. It's actually, it shouldn't even overheat because it's below the vent. Well, more or less. Yeah, the vent blows up this way. So that won't overheat that when I'm plugged into Shoreline in the winter. Excellent. Don't forget your BioLite. Get that out of there. Everything else should be good. Zip tie that stuff later. I'm not going to stress myself out. Not today. There we go. Bed is back down. So I take advantage of having so much stuff out of Lucky right now and get this blanket over to the laundromat because he's covered in a certain putty tat's fur. Which, if you're wondering, she's in the bus enjoying the lap of luxury right now. And that's one thing to consider, I suppose, right, is Penny and everything. But she adapts so well to whatever space she's in. I think just the fact that she became a Vanlife cat and had to get used to this small space. Now, no matter where we go, unless it's like got huge vaulted ceilings, she adapts very fast. So I'm not worried about her, except I just wanted her to be comfy today. And I knew this was going to be the nonsense happening in the tiny home. And I can imagine that's probably a little stressful for her. We'll check in with her later. And so yeah, as far as I know, this charger still works well, but when it's set to just its regular old lithium setting here, it wasn't really, it would say 100, but then my DC-to-DC charger would still charge the batteries at like 600 watts for far longer than I believe it should. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put this bad boy in the bus since she has a sealed battery right now, and we'll see how it performs. But that sounds like a future Matthew problem for sure. For now, you just get your poop in a group and sit on a bed. I don't know why I'm palming my battery charger all over the place. Some things can't be explained. Because yes, like I said at the very beginning of this chapter of Vanlife Plus, I plan on quitting Vanlife full-time and getting myself a sticks and bricks. That's what I want. That's what I know is the best for me and my little girl. And that will always, always, always be the most important thing to me. There's no way around that. And but it still comes with its fair share of dilemma or decision, you know, not dilemma, but yeah, making a decision when it comes to the two vehicles, because I love taking my little girl camping. That will never change. We will always do that. We have done it in Lucky. We could do it in the bus, and the bus has so much potential with all of that extra room, right? There's that raised platform, like the half of the bunk bed area is more than big enough for her. I could put foam up there and make a nice little space for her, and she could have her own little, like, you know, quasi room in that space that she could decorate with all of her, you know, stickers and drawings and whatever else she wanted to do. And it would be absolutely perfect to have that bigger space for her for camping. And that's the rub. It will always just be for camping. I will never look at the bus as a 100% alternative to a sticks and bricks domicile. That's just not going to happen, because I am not comfortable, by and large, spending the time where we are the most in the city with my little girl sleeping over with me in my tiny home on wheels in the Walmart parking lot. That will always be good enough for me, but it will never be good enough for my little girl.
I feel the weight behind my eyes, lean towards the color that lies within. Nothing between you and I, still you're right there under my skin. I've been waiting. There's no fault lines to crack and leave me can leave me aching. Thinking of the fallout, it leaves me numb. But it's something that might never come. So I'll be waiting here in your arms. I'll be waiting here in your arms. I'll be waiting here in your arms.
Guess what's been on since I left the reservoir? It's probably the same code as last time, so I'm going to do it with the catalytic converter. Lucky's running just fine. Just continuing to throw a little bit of a fit. I guess we got to put another check mark in the con column for you. Anyway, that's a little bit of a stretch, a long haul, as they say, and I got to go get the Pirate Princess, so we'll catch up a little bit later this evening, back when I'm hunkered down in Big Fella. Didn't get to you today. Odd. Hello, my little fur baby. How was your day? Hi. Yes, I got tagged by the Pirate Princess here. Everybody just calm down. There's no boo-boo. Hello Kitty's just a fashion statement tonight. Oh, how about you? Come here. Hi. Oh. You need some treats? I see that we can see the bottom of your hard food dish. That's not great, eh? Hi. All right, let's see. Give me a second. Ooh, I picked a pink one. It's with salmon flavor. What the salmon is with, I don't know. All right, you. Is what you want? Yeah? Okay. I know. You're very talky. You happy that I'm home? Here you go. It is. Here. Get it. Get it. Oh, go girl. It's like a kitty cat ice cream treat, but in squeeze tube form. What am I even saying? You don't care. You just want it. Good girl. Wow. I don't know if I can get any more out of that. Squeeze it out. Oh yeah, there you go. Last little bit. Clean it up. There you go. Good kitty. Good kitty. Okay. Hello. First things first. My elixir. All right, actually, I got a couple packages here in the mail, but I'm gonna take this wrapping off my toe for now. I'm gonna air this bad boy out a little bit more. It's slowly getting better. Oh, it's still not fun though. I'm not a fan. The stink blown off you. Oh, very nice. All right, so I got a couple packages in the mail here. I got one here from Zora, which we're going to open up right away. But I also got this envelope from Jeff and Danette. They sent me a couple bumper stickers here. They say, "Hello, Matthew. We were on a trip out west from Pennsylvania, found these at a stop in Montana, and my husband and I got a good laugh out of them. Hope you do as well. For some reason, we both said, it just seems like something Matthew would think is funny. Thanks for all your videos. We love watching you and Penny and your little pirate princess. Much love from Jeff and Danette. Stop laughing. That's our real last name. Oh, the last name's Head. Contain yourself. The lady said stop laughing. One is this one. I already seen them. Yeah, it's time for bed. But I already saw them. But yeah, if this is a classic, of course, right? So good. But then, actually, I'm going to have to stand up so you can see this one. Because I don't know if it's going to focus or not on the camera. But look at this. This one's really funny and totally inappropriate, but it is what it is. Right, that's its own little sticker. So thank you very much, you two. I appreciate the sentiment, and I'm glad that you are being reminded of me or thinking that I would find things funny while you are out on your travels. That's pretty darn cool. Okay, and then this package here from Zora. Hopefully you're doing well, my dear. It says on the back that it's apparel. Oh, and patches. Hey, more patches? Perhaps for the bus? Or perhaps for Lucky's headliner? I just don't know. Let's see what's in here. Ooh. Hang on. Oh, and she wrote me a novel. And she is... Oh, wow, girl. Thank you so much. Oh, it's a belated birthday and Merry Christmas, I see at the end. I'm going to keep the letter for myself. But she sent me 20 of your American pesos. I can retire in Canada now. Thank you very much, Zora. Let's see what's on this t-shirt. Actually, let's check out the patches first. Ooh! That's amazing. Hopefully you can see that. I'm into fitness. Fitting these tacos in my mouth. Fitting this taco in my mouth. That's hilarious. Oh, thank you, Zora. Love it. Oh, there's another patch right here. Oh, it's on the shirt. What is this? Ooh! What is that? It says Jeep on the... Hey! Trailblazer with Jeep. And then it's got a Jeep on the tit right there. That's a very nice shirt. Thank you, Zora. It's even my son, Penny. I understand. That's where she likes to be this time of night. That's awesome. Thank you very much, my dear. I greatly appreciate that. I thought it... Wow, it's a duck. Obviously, it's a duck. For some reason, when I was looking at it this way, it looked like a dog in a cowboy hat. That is a duck in a cowboy hat. And it makes way more sense. If you know, you know. Yeah, it's that time. My pussy is telling me so. Time to get our foot elevated and our dirty ginch off, as we do. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I greatly appreciate all of the absolutely amazing support over here. Just watching what I'm doing truly means the world to me. And until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. Sometimes you can't be smooth because you're just taking a big gulp of your adult beverage. Remember that you can't make everybody happy because you're not tacos. Oh, no, hold on. Don't cut away just yet. That's a horrible camera angle. Move the light. I just was reading Zora's note, which was very nice. Thank you, my dear. But she also indicated there were more patches than just the taco one, and she was right. Well, number one, I did say that there was a patch on the shirt, which apparently she sewed on herself. Right there, this apparently is a very famous, did you say truck stop? Red light district? Something in Texas, right? That's cute. It must be the logo for the shop she was in. But also in that bundle of patches, it was a bundle of patches. One, this one's awesome. Look at that. It's your American flag with the lucky clover on it. That is super cool. And then this is just so appropriate for today's video because... Yup.